Hello, Better Business Bosnia. My name is Emil Lamprecht, and I am a proud sponsor and friend to this new and exciting organization. I hope that if you're a startup, you're watching this out of interest in really what could be learned and taken away from Better Business Bosnia. And if you're someone who's just considering getting involved, either as an advocate or a sponsor, and would like to know more about the organization, I'm here to sort of tell the story from the outside perspective. In so much that I've worked myself in Bosnia on entrepreneurship topics, and because of my work in my company, I've actually done so in a variety of countries all over the world, 3 separate continents actually, and am more than happy to lend that experience and knowledge in hopefully a progressive and helpful way to you, the viewers, and then of course to the organization and its founder, Luca, in its efforts to help grow entrepreneurship and engage you, the youthful entrepreneurs and startups of the day, in smarter tactics to move forward, to grow, and to build better business in Bosnia. So very quickly, who am I? As I said, my name is Emil, or Emil, depending on your accent. My history is being an entrepreneur. Done a number of different things, both from a freelancer and a consultant perspective, but my journey started in entrepreneurship as a teenager, and I've had several companies over the course of my lifetime, most of which, luckily for me, were successful, whether that was through luck and blissful ignorance or the exact tactics I chose. I think maybe the jury is still out, but as each company progresses, from having worked in media originally, then to working in educational technology through 2013 to 2015, and seeing the success in educational technology that was built through our efforts there, and then now working in growth mechanics, which is a company that provides entrepreneurship training all over the world, but also has a portfolio of startups where we develop technology for the health sector and a number of other initiatives. I've been able to see how methodologies relate to the vast differences that we have in each and every type of business and in each and every part of the world. And this has really been my obsession. So if you were to say, what is consistent about entrepreneurs all over the world? What's the same about them? Whether it be a garlic farmer in Albania near you who wants to start a social business, all the way to a multi-million-dollar tech startup in Silicon Valley. What is the thing that will make them both successful? And we've done a lot of study of this, and the truth as we've seen it so far, and this is very important for you young entrepreneurs, is that the successful entrepreneurs are always very adaptable. They're not just determined, they're not convinced they're right, they're not ideological about how they build their business. They're adaptable. And what that really means is that they're willing to learn and to seek information and data that makes decisions for them. And so one of the things that's really important if you're new to the topic of entrepreneurship or thinking about this for the first time is to think about what kind of information you need to make your first decisions as an entrepreneur. And those first decisions may include the decision to start building something, the decision to start selling something, the decision to leave your job if you have one to focus on this new startup effort project. All of those decisions are major decisions, some of which will cost money, some of which may have long-term financial effects for you personally if you're not successful. So how do you make these decisions? And the process we use for making decisions like this is a process called validation. And validation, particularly through the acquisition or the collection of customer data. And now when I say the word data, you might assume I mean numbers, figures, age, height, things like this. But what I really mean is data from conversations, understanding what makes people tick, understanding their psychology, their needs, and most importantly, understanding their problems. Not the problems that you think your customers will have, but the problems that you've learned they have through asking them the right types of questions. And so what we hope for Better Business Bosnia is that particularly for those of you entrepreneurs who are new to this, who aren't entrepreneurs yet but interested in becoming that, Better Business Bosnia will be in a position to help you understand how to approach that, how to ask those questions, how to find validation or invalidation of an effort so that you can make an informed decision about your first steps, and then continue to do that in a way that continually informs your decisions in the future. And this constant state of validation you can find in many methodologies that are used in common entrepreneurship, including the lean startup, which is built off the Toyota manufacturing protocols from the 1980s, and all sorts of other really interesting and relevant methodologies around how to interview customers, how to understand their problems, how to map your decision-making process around that. And so for entrepreneurs, that's really what we hope will become part of this initiative for you, or we intend to become part of this initiative for you. And for potential sponsors, I think it's important for you to understand that this is where we can really add value, is helping people not just go out and acquire money and shoot for the moon, but to take an approach that is more pragmatic, and in being pragmatic also might inherently have more of a social impact than just developing the next technology or developing, the next high growth, high value company. Those things are great, and we want those, but we want them to be tied very closely to an ethical and mindful decision process for the safety of the company long term, in terms of its financial sustainability and understanding why curves happen when they do, but also, of course, for the sanity of the entrepreneurs and the team involved, and then, of course, to hopefully the greatest advantage of the customer, which is what long term will be the biggest marker of success of any company. So I'd like to wrap up now by just saying thank you very much to Luca from Better Business Bosnia for not only kicking off this initiative, which I think is really admirable and worthwhile and important, but also for including me in this effort. I had the great pleasure of working with Luca several years ago when we were doing programs with the Eunice Social Business Foundation in Bosnia, Macedonia, Albania, and having worked in that area and sectors, I see the challenges. I know they're there, but I also know the entrepreneurial talent is there to fight back or to create new solutions to what seem like damnable problems. So thank you very much, Luca. Thank you very much, entrepreneurs, for your time and your patience, and I wish you the best of luck. And potential sponsors and advocates, please do get involved, even if it's just to say, hey, this is great, well done. We really appreciate the shout out, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks very much.